And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from, who did it come from? Oh yeah, Dagobah Ball, who asked the question, who would win in a fight, Bill Cipher versus Asriel Dreemurr? So I never played Undertale. I've been on record saying that I've had Asriel Dreemurr and Sans. I've had them, or Sans, depending on how you pronounce that name. I've had them both up here once or twice in the channel before. Don't not that it's not like I don't care, just I never played it. So my knowledge of them is a little limited. What I can say though is that Asriel is more or less the uh, he's like the main like antagonist near the end of the series. He basically morphs ultimately into an all-powerful being who wants to reset the timeline and start everything over again. And this kind of gives us an idea of how strong he ultimately is, to varying degrees, though, because the world of Undertale, it is very odd, the little I can tell about it. It deals with souls, and, more souls you have, the stronger you are. Like, Sans only has 1 HP, he's very lazy. It's a very weird, and for some being who allegedly wants to reset the timeline, he doesn't seem to have world-ending power, or at least not in the combat anyway. He has power like firing magic or fire-based magic. Attack called Star Blazing. Large star-shaped projectiles rain down from the top corner of the screen in rapid succession. Shocker Breaker strikes the battlefield bolts of lightning several times, which are forewarned by the boxes. Chaos Saber, he hovers directly above the protagonist and strikes the bolt more 5 times with Summoned Blaze, finishing the sight on both sides. Chaos Buster summons a blaster and fires 9 waves of bolts telegraphed by finishing lines. Hyper Goner, his final attack, the bullet board covers the entire screen before a large creature resembling a combination of DT Extract Machine and Sans signature Geyser Blaster attack is summoned and proceeds to laugh evilly, then creates a powerful vortex that attempts to draw in the protagonist's soul into the creature's mouth, along with a series of diamond-shaped objects that deal damage on contact. If the protagonist is hit during his attack, the HP drops to 1 regardless of the equipped item, and all succeeding attacks do no damage. The attack can be avoided, though it is difficult to do so. And after this, Asriel starts using his full power, initiating the final phase of the fight. And then Angel of Death, using his full power, he uses his full power. However, his attack in this form is a barrier or barrage of energy-based combat projectiles launched from his fingertips that enter the bulletin board from the side and home in the protagonist's soul in massive waves. So a lot of this guy's abilities seem to be targeting your soul or whatnot, and against Bill Cipher, that might do something. The problem is Bill is literally a dream demon who warps reality through his own accord. There's very little Bill can't do. There are limitations when he's in Gravity Falls, but that was Gravity Falls. The only issues he actually has is the few that were destined to stop him, and his own ego, really. And if someone is able to actually underhandedly outsmart him. Azura does not come off as a character who I believe to be able to outsmart Bill at his own game. So unfortunately, like in terms of like raw, we're talking about Bill's a character who literally, I mean, he like I said, he's kind of got limitations. He can't necessarily reset time itself, like just restart things over again. Because if that were the case, he would have just done it and ended it. But excuse me. I think Bill's powers, in terms of what he's overall capable of, overall supersede Asriel's. And this is basically due to the fact that Bill's powers are pretty much like nigh omnipotent. Like the guy is literally capable of near anything. One second here. Powers, ability. There we go. Abilities. In his physical form, in the physical form, after smashing the interdimensional, where is the damn? There it is. because the damn thing went moved because of freaking ads. I hate ads. After smashing into the interdimensional rift and creating a pathway from the night realm, Bill became incarnate, which allowed him to exist in both. Which allowed him to both exist and affect the real world. In his physical form, he's nigh omnipotent, bringing animated objects to life, turning people into statues of materials of his choice. He can regenerate every aspect of himself, create everything from objects to elaborate pocket dimensions, like Bill's bubble prison, and produce electrical charges. Basically, you name it, he can do it. Even Bill Incarnate has limitations to his power, though. His physical eye proved particularly sensitive and took more time to regrow than the rest of his body. Even while capable of vastly affecting the physical world, he could not enter bodies or conscious minds without the contracted handshake process. No, I don't think that really mattered here. Gravity Falls' bubble awareness also thwarted Bill's power, as no amount of hitting, shooting, or dissolving barrier would stop Weird Mageddon from advancing into the rest of the world. Prophecy of the Zodiac hung heaviest over Bill's mind, as it explained 10 particular individuals gathered in the circle designed by the ancients who had known Bill. They would be able to stop him. However, this would not come to pass if any of them broke the chain. His own flaw is his ego, though. He underestimates mortals ultimately. And yeah, I mean, is it possible that he could underestimate Azura? I guess. But Azura actually demonstrates enough power to be like, okay, Bill would probably take him seriously enough to wipe his ass off the face. He could just erase him if he really had to, or just negate every one of the attacks coming for him. Even if Zero tried to absorb Bill's soul, Bill has enough power to be like, yeah, no, I'm going to just throw something in front of this attack and be like, yeah, no, you can't take my soul, dude. And this just comes down to the fact that their power sets are so drastically different. Well, as you may have attempted to reset the timeline, that doesn't. That can mean a lot of things in context to their world versus in context to Bill's world. So it's a tough thing to kind of crack. Whereas a level of power in theory would go to Bill or Azriel, or Asriel. Whereas Bill has the overall more versatile abilities, being just a straight-out reality warper. Now, there is a catch, though. We don't know how Bill would have affected basically the rest of the world / existence had he not been trapped in Gravity Falls in the what was the bubble he was trapped in? Gravity Falls bubble. The weird bubble? Contract, Gravity Falls bubble of weirdness. Sorry, the weirdness bubble. We don't know what would happen had he progressed past that. If he had progressed past that, well, then there might have been maybe he could just reset time itself and be like, I'm done. Ha ha ha. Who knows, though? As it stands, I probably would go with Bill in this fight. He is the more ruthless of the two. He's a bit more sociopathic as well. So my money would go on Bill Cipher. His power set just gives him a lot more versatility than we have with Azriel. So that'd be my thought. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one.